We're currently stood outside the Army Reserve Centre at Clare Street in Northampton, which is currently undergoing a £1.2 million internal refurbishment. We're currently on the top floor of the Army Reserve Centre at Clare Street in Northampton. Yeah, the building was originally built in the 1860s, 1870s for the cavalry. It's a Grade 2 listed. Since then it's been used by many different parts of the Army Reserve. Back at the last SDSR, it was decided that 104 Battalion Reamy would move in here. Fortunately, there was insufficient space, hence we had to carry out a major refurbishment to ensure that they can actually occupy the building and function as they're supposed to function. Yeah, this area has now been completed for the refurb that's been going off. From this area originally was very dark, had very 1950s wallpaper on it, very old flooring. We completely modernised it, removed all the old wallpaper, all the old suspender ceiling, opened it up, made it light and airy. Throughout the centre, all of the existing toilet facilities and shower facilities have been updated and really refurbished to a high standard. The original toilets were not in very good condition. They were last refurbished and last looked at about 1970, and we thought we'd look at them again, put additional showers where required, certainly for the female side of it, and bring them into a more modern standard for use by both the regular soldiers, the reserve soldiers and the officers. We're now in the recruit classroom, basically a classroom set up, so when you walk through the front door and say you want to join the Army Reserve Centre, you're first interviewed and then you're brought in here, put into the classroom and shown on the big screen what actually joining the Army Reserve entails, what you could be learning at your trade, probably put up there about the pay, the bounty, and it gives the new recruit the first indication of what he's letting himself in for. We're now in what is going to end up being the main hall of the TA centre. This is originally about twice the size it currently is. It used to extend to my left by about another 60-70 metres. That was split in half in the late 70s. Then originally this had a horrible suspended ceiling in, again from the 1970s, and it's always been our desire to remove that ceiling, to open up these fantastic wooden beams and make them a feature of the main hall, make the main hall open, welcoming, and make it a feature of the centre, encouraging people to actually come in and see them and to actually want to be here. Yeah, one of the issues that we identified early on was the fact that there was very little classroom space for them to get 50, 60 people together. We're now studying what was one of the originally old bars of the Army Reserve Centre when it was joint use with the Reamy and the Royal Anglian. We decided to convert this bar into a classroom space. Behind us we've installed some tiered seating, which is completely mobile. This can be brought in or out as required. And we'll be putting in a smart board in here, notice boards, and this will basically be their main teaching space, along with two other classrooms that are being created within the drill hall.